This is an ad posted online by people trying to get rid of something. An 18-month Reuters investigation uncovered hundreds of these offers on Yahoo message boards. It's part of an underground network where adopted children are handed off to strangers.
Hello?
Hi, Melissa. It's Megan.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I just wanted to let you know I'm about 15 minutes away.
Okay.
Awesome. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Melissa and Todd Puhala of Kiel, Wisconsin, adopted a teenage girl from Liberia named Quita in 2006. Melissa says Quita was trouble from the start, violent toward her and her other children, and disobedient.
There's something about looking in your child's eyes and knowing they want to hurt you. And you just love them. And she'd attacked us many times. And we had learned how to hold her. So you just sit and hold her so that she wouldn't hurt us or her or the other kids.
Desperate, Melissa and Todd turned to a last resort. They advertised Quita on the internet. Quita needs a family that will get her going in the right direction. She needs a loving mommy and daddy that can make her the center of attention. A woman named Nicole Eason saw the ad online and replied to Melissa.
I just remember her being real friendly and kind and then asking questions about her, like what's her favorite color and what is this? And like she really cared. And I think that that's what I liked better than the other people that were interested was she cared. She seemed to have the exact situation that we were looking for.
The Puhalas had no idea that both of Nicole Eason's biological children had been taken away from her years before, and that the authorities considered her and her husband, Calvin, to be suffering from severe psychiatric problems as well as violent tendencies. With no court involvement and without alerting state authorities, Melissa decided Quita would live with the Easons. They broke the news to Quita one night.
And I had the pictures. I showed her the pictures. And I said, they have been wanting to adopt. We'll make sure it's safe. We're not just going to leave you.
She showed me then on the website. She said, oh, this is nice family. I'm like, Mom, how do you know these people? How, I was judging in my mind. How do you know them if you have never met them except online?
They seemed wonderful. I mean, maybe a red light should have went off, like too good to be true. I don't know, but I think at that point, I was walking in such a fog.
As part of an 18-month investigation, Reuters examined 5,000 messages from the Yahoo message board Adopting from Disruption and found that adopted children were being offered to others online at a rate of roughly one child per week, going back 5 years. It's called rehoming. Like Quita, the discarded kids are often the casualties of international adoptions gone sour. One woman wrote this of the 11-year-old Guatemalan boy she wanted to get rid of. I'm totally ashamed to say it, but we do truly hate this boy. Another parent advertised a child less than a week after bringing her to America. We adopted an 8-year-old girl from China. Unfortunately, we are now struggling, having been home for 5 days. The parents asked that others share the ad with anyone you think may be interested. It also happens on a Facebook group called Waystations of Love. Waystations is a members-only group, which means a casual search won't reveal it. But the ads posted there are similar to those on the Yahoo groups, desperate parents seeking new homes for unwanted children, most who were adopted from foreign countries. For people such as the Easons, the online marketplace offers easy access to children, with few questions asked and no real oversight. Reuters learned the Easons were able to take in 6 different children through the underground network since 2005.
Oh no, it's across the way.
We spoke with several parents who gave their children for a time to the Easons.
Forget your lamb.
Right.
Glenna Mueller of Appleton, Wisconsin, adopted a son she says she could not handle.
I was desperate and sick to death of it. So that's when I went on the internet and was looking at these different places. And I just said, I'm in the same boat as all of you people. I have this child I can't deal with. I don't know where to turn, what to do. And that's when Nikki showed up.
The very same day Glenna Mueller connected with Nicole Eason online, they arranged to meet in a hotel parking lot. Glenna handed over her adopted 10-year-old son to a woman she'd never met face-to-face before.
In hindsight, it was all wrong. I shouldn't have done it that way, but I did.
The boy ended up spending much of his time with this man, Randy Winslow, who lived with Nicole. Winslow was later convicted of sending and receiving child pornography and is now serving a 20-year sentence at a federal prison. The boy stayed for several months and is now 18 years old.
You did, okay.
I even raced flat track motorcycles for you.
Gary and Lisa Barnes, a couple living in Texas, also trusted the Easons with their daughter, Anna. Anna was originally adopted from Russia.
I think that we reached a turning point, and that's when it got to where we couldn't find any help or get any help, and we had tried every suggestion. And I got involved in some forums, or 1 or 2 forums that were for adopting. Nicole found me pretty quick.
Anna spent only a few days with the Easons before Gary and Lisa realized the Easons had fooled them into believing they were good parents. Gary flew up to Illinois and brought her back. Gary called the authorities after Anna's return and tried to warn others about Nicole. He even warned Melissa Puhala, Quida's mother, in an email. "They live in the worst hellhole you have ever seen," Barnes wrote to Melissa. But Gary Barnes's warning had no effect. Having only met the Easons over the internet, Melissa and Todd drove from Wisconsin to Illinois and gave them Quida. It was the first and last time the Puhalas would meet the Easons. The Easons welcomed Quida with a cake. Todd and Melissa said goodbye.
I hugged her, I started crying, and then we got in the car, and I just remember bawling.
They gave me a hug and a kiss and I love you. I took that to be like, it's my new home. If I'm not never going to see them again, that's my new home right there.
The Easons' home was a mess.
Their dogs and things were with them in the house, and a lot of poop were on the floor. Nicole never cleaned. The kitchen was always dirty. Nicole usually they call me in bed to sleep, like I told you.
What did you tell me about that?
Like for me to lay in the bed with them, remember? And Nicole used to be naked and stuff.
And she wanted you to sleep in the bed with her and Calvin while she was naked.
Yes, but I felt like Nicole shouldn't be a mom either, because not good. If she even had a little child in the house, the child shouldn't be there. They should definitely take the child away from her.
Then, without warning, the Easons took Quida and vanished.
So then I called the number and no one answered. Then I emailed again, and I think it was like a day or 2. And then I called the school and I said, "Is my daughter there? Can I talk to her?" And they said she never showed up. And I said, "What do you mean she never showed up? Where is she?" And then I think they had a police officer or social work. Someone went over there, and the place was trashed. They said it was horrible. It was completely trashed. There was no one there. Like they got out of there in a hurry. And so then I said, "Well, find my daughter."
This touched off an interstate search for the missing girl. Police finally caught up with the Easons in upstate New York. Authorities sent Quida to a shelter in Albany for the night and then put her on a Greyhound bus back to Wisconsin by herself. But Melissa did not want Quida back. She said she feared for the safety of her other children.
She couldn't come back. She couldn't. I mean, they were so scared of her.
Authorities in Illinois told New York State Police that the Easons were committing public aid fraud and that the custody transfer of Quida was not done legally. But New York police did not arrest the Easons. They were accused of no crime in their jurisdiction.
I thought they went to jail. I mean, really, that's what we just assumed. Like, they must be in jail because you can't just run off with someone's kid. I mean, that's like kidnapping, I think. But I guess, I don't know. Since we gave him permission, I guess it's okay. I don't know.
The Interstate Compact on the Placement of Children, or ICPC, says moving a child across state lines for adoption or foster care is illegal unless parents notify state authorities. But this law is little known even by police and almost never enforced.
Most likely no one is going to go to jail for this because, again, most people are not aware of it.
Stephen Pennypacker was the president of the committee overseeing ICPC until May 2013. His committee issued a memo warning about rehoming in 2011.
From the big picture of those children who are being moved across the internet, so to speak, absolutely somebody needs to be taking a close look at how that's happening and enforcing the compact so that they get placed safely. I think the association clearly could be in a position to do that. We don't have the resources to do it today.
We asked Stephen Pennypacker if he'd ever come across Nicole and Calvin Eason.
I've never heard the names Nicole and Calvin Eason.
We found Nicole and Calvin Eason living in Tucson, Arizona. Nicole agreed to talk to us on camera. She spoke openly about taking kids through rehoming.
A family looks for another family, internet, word of mouth, friends, whatnot. The way I did it is I contacted people, postings.
Postings of what?
Available situations, like somebody rehoming their,
Yeah.
child. Talk, you meet, you do paperwork, whether it's gonna be a day one adoption, a guardianship, or, power of attorney, however it's agreed upon.
Despite her insistence, our investigation showed the Easons repeatedly bypassed proper channels in taking children. We asked her about the boy she'd taken in the hotel parking lot from Glenn Mueller.
I smacked him in the mouth, and I've gotten him with a spatula. I have no regrets about it, no complaints about it.
Her husband Calvin denied the couple ever shared their bed with the children they took in. Even though authorities took away her own biological children, she has easily taken kids through rehoming. She says she might take children again.
I will always be a mom until the day I die. And if I'm 80 years old and somebody comes knocking on my door and says, please take care of my kid because I can't do it, I'm not going to say no.
Do you ever think about going through the more formal channels to get kids, either?
Absolutely not.
Yahoo took down Adopting from Disruption, the bulletin board, after learning what Reuters found. A spokeswoman said activity in the group violated Yahoo's terms of service. The company said they would look at other groups Reuters brought to its attention and take appropriate action. Quita, who lived with the Easons for less than a month, now lives on her own in Milwaukee and is studying social work. She's occasionally in touch with her adopted mom, Melissa.
I had a lot of soreness in my heart for my mom. I'll let you know that. You adopt somebody to come here to live with you, and then you don't want a person. I do forgive, but I will never forget. That's how life goes. Always life goes like that.